Beware of judging people because you don't know what season they are in. Some things that may carry a semblance of failure is the making of destiny. Are we together now? Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for thou art with me. The first question is, why should I be there when you are with me? I thought your being with me should make me not to go there. Whoever told you that the presence of God sometimes automatically creates immunity against some of these things? He says, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, thou art with me. Since I'm walking and you are with me, that means we are walking together. I thought you should take me out of that situation. Why are you taking me in? He says, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. I've not seen a way of escape, but I am sure you are there. There are times that the storm may not cease. Just verify whether Jesus is still in the boat. Even if he's sleeping, know that he is there. Let me tell you this, especially if God is calling you to this end time ministry, don't you think all it takes is a little Bible study, graduation, and an impartation, and there you go? No, not with God. There are seasons that will stretch you, my dear people. There are seasons where you will pray and not receive answers for your own life, and yet another person comes and you proffer solutions. You are there with no money, and God says, teach on wealth and abundance as a pastor, and you stand there and you bring revelations that you yourself have never studied, and at the end of it, somebody just receives a supernatural alert while you are teaching, and you go back and say, God, how about me? Listen, you must learn to live in the silence of God. The silence of God is a powerful mystery. When God is silent, know what he's saying, because the silence of God is a language. The silence of God. How many pastors may not have their own children, and yet you find them praying for someone, and twins, triplets, and they go back and say, but God, if I've done something wrong, I'm sorry. Do you know how Abraham would have felt? Seeing all his kinsmen and all the people dedicating all their children and then returning back home. And Sarah says, when will this happen? And Abraham says, well, we give God praise. One day we know. He's told me that I will be the father of nations, and I rest my case. Let me tell you this. Every time you do not understand your situation, verify whether God is there. If he is there, find rest. Your fear should be if God is not with you. Once you are sure that God is with you, I want you to find rest. You can fail alone, but you and God cannot fail together. He is that powerful. I know a man of God who for many years, this man would not have breakthrough in ministry. Very honest, sincere, godly man. Many years ago, I remember the man coming to pray with me, and then, you know, we're just starting out, and the man said, what is wrong? Am I doing something wrong? I told him, I said, don't worry. Do you know, after many years, the man was praying, and then the Lord told him, he said his destiny was not in this nation. One thing led to the other. The Lord relocated him, and right now he is doing marvelously well for the kingdom. Last time I spoke with him, he told me surprisingly that he has over 2 or 4 churches in Dubai, and then about 6 or so in Ghana. Do you know the first crusade that we had, the total number of people that were on that crusade ground, I'm not sure they were up to 50. Crusade that we prayed and fasted as if we would die, transported ourselves. On my way going for that crusade, there was nothing in our pocket. It was one car. Our ladies, the initial ladies that were in the ministry at that time, Believe me, they had to look for firewood to break wood, some of them from trees. Everybody was in every department. How many were we? Everybody was in prayer department, everybody was in welfare. Just help wherever help is needed. Let me tell you sincerely, if you looked at me then, you may say, this man may not go far. The season of testing and pruning. When that crusade was over, I was owing money for sound, and yet the sound people were on the crusade ground hearing me shout about what God can do. They saw miracles. Do you know what it means to be owing somebody, and yet you are there, you are the man of God? They sang songs, you came on stage, and then the strange thing is they were seeing miracles. Those times people were few, and most of them were old women. And you know, those people don't lie. If they are not healed, they are not healed. Though it's not like young people who will pity you for the sake of your future and say this. When we called for praying for the sick, almost everybody came out. You pray for them, you pray for them. Is there anything that say, no, I'm not, I'm still feeling that pain all over me? When we were done with that meeting, the money to transport my dear people back to Zaria was not even there. We had to negotiate with the transport company, the people there. I told them, I said, please just take them. I assure you that by the time you are getting there, somebody will be waiting with your money. The journey of faith. And that was how we agreed. They negotiated. They said, whatever, if we get there and there's nothing, whatever happens to you, no problem, just go. And they left. Transport, there's no money, hoping that 6 or 7 hours later when they arrive, there will be money waiting there. And it's not like maybe you know what it means to feel one bus and take people there. And some of these people were not Christians. You know what I'm talking about. So they don't care about your covenant with God is your business. I'm sharing this with you to let you know that nobody comes out of nowhere. All that nonsense talk of you came out of nowhere is nonsense. No. If you are approved by God indeed, there must be a track record.